Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match talk show on the internet. We've just come back from London Stadium, of course, where we beat Newcastle 2-0. Scott, take us through the starting lineup, please.
I ain't done this for a while, have I?
No, we ain't done this for a while.
You ain't been here for a while.
Hello, lads.
What's that?
How are we all anyway, right?
I'm alright, Scott. You?
Yeah.
Got a tan? Sunbeds, are you?
Nah.
Yeah.
Sunny for a couple of days.
How'd you see her? By that wind.
I've seen thick of smoke.
Yeah, couple of changes really, weren't it? Fabianski continued in goal, Fredericks right back, Creswell left back, Obona Diop in the centre, Nobes, Rice, Snodgrass, Anderson, Lanzini coming back, and Chicharito up top.
Nice, it's nice.
Do you know what? It was. There was having Lanzini back. He's like a new signing, isn't it? You know
I said that the other week.
It's
It's like a £50 million signing, just making his debut, wasn't it? Like,
Was you shocked to see him start?
No, I was expecting him to start today. I'll tell you what I was shocked at, Hernandez starting over Arnautovic. I thought Arnautovic might have started tonight, but then again he had the illness the other night, so you don't know how poorly he was. How much he's suffering, I don't want to play at Man City away flu.
The thing is, Pellegrini, he's dropped Antonio, who I thought didn't have, hasn't been playing badly.
No,
I think that was probably to do with the injury.
Tiredness,
he picked up a shoulder injury. Dropped Nazari as well, who didn't have the best games against City. But to be fair, I was surprised that he went in for that City game, because I didn't think, with Carroll having to play, I didn't think it really suited.
Carroll ain't even in the squad today.
No, and also dropping Ben Johnson, who had a decent.
Yeah, but
debut.
apparently he picked up a calf injury, so he's in the first team squad. He's got to get injured, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what happens, isn't it?
Of course, yes.
Pick up injuries. Listen, before we get on to this game, I mean, mentioned him the other night. He was unbelievable. On his debut, he weren't given no protection by Anderson.
Nope.
And he was playing against the best team in England and probably one of the best teams in Europe.
And that's not really criticising Anderson, because Anderson isn't that type of player.
No.
I thought he weren't a rabbit in headlights, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He just took it in his stride.
One for the future, and he comes from a good pedigree of like a football family. Paul Pike is his uncle and Ledley King's his cousin. So.
Well, apparently in training, that's why I made the squad. He's been very, very impressive.
Yeah.
The thing is, Pellegrini's shown faith in him by starting him. It's a massive test for any player going up against the City side with the players they've got.
Yeah.
But for a young guy making his debut, you can't knock him at all. And it's a good thing for us.
Yeah.
And I think it shows the faith that Pellegrini's got in some of our youngsters, to the fact that our other
we've got a good crop,
didn't even
we've got
put the squad
Declan Rice, Diagana. We've got a good crop coming through. So,
but now we've got a manager that's not scared to use them. Do you know what I mean? He's not. He ain't got that
under pressure.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it is difficult for managers like the past managers to do it, because they've had a certain set of instructions and it's hard to put your faith in youngsters. But we've seen some great, we'll talk about one in a minute, academy prospects coming through. But went into the game today. Look, if I've got one criticism about today, we're still lacking a bit up front. I don't think Hernandez is playing that lone striker role well.
See, I disagree with it here, mate, because I thought he worked hard today.
But he did work hard, yeah. But I don't think he's the most effective as that
I agree.
in that position.
I agree with what you're saying. He isn't most effective, but the thing I like about Hernandez is he draws the fouls.
He draws the foul, his movement as well.
And that's something Carroll doesn't do. You put the ball into Carroll wasn't holding it. Don't hold it up good enough. For a big fella, he don't hold it up well enough. Hernandez,
Carroll's struggling now.
The thing is with Hernandez, he will, with Lanzini being back, he will get more confidence having someone like him on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
But we started the game with, look, there's been masses of talk this week. Longstaff, Rice. We've all seen the video, I'm sure it went viral. The kid walking around like an 80s wrestler.
Woo! What a plum. For one, he thinks he's an old geezer in a pair of blue pants from the 80s. And he's sitting there. And this is one thing that pisses me off. Longstaff, I haven't seen much of him, but from what I've heard, he's a decent player, right?
He's played 8 games.
But then they're comparing him to someone like Declan Rice. Why not just appreciate that we've got 2 good youngsters coming through? The thing is with Declan, he's played over 50 games for West Ham. He's man of the match most weeks. he's on the verge of an England call-up, and they're comparing him to someone who's played, like you said, 8 games and scored 1 goal, and that was against Burnley, I think. So, look, the geezer's obviously nut. He don't even go to the games. He sits in the number 9 bar opposite and just gets out of his nut and goes on the camera. So,
that is it. You are right. They're comparing.
He's embarrassed a lot of Newcastle fans because they're a good fan base. They're a good fan base.
He's comparing, like you said, someone who's had, when you look at the games, a season and a bit in the Premier League. 50 games is nigh on 2 seasons. To someone who's just broke through. He's a good player, but Rice has shown, and again, I thought
he was awful today.
Oh,
Longstaff. I thought he was
I
terrible.
Declan Rice. I was going to
No.
Yeah, well, he got dragged off at half time, didn't he?
Rice has shown over the last 2 games the quality he's got. He's reading of a tackle, he's reading of a game. It's a different level.
But you know what else? Declan obviously saw that because he scored the first goal, obviously.
Yeah. And he give it the old.
So he's obviously seen that on the internet, and he's it just seems to bring the beast out.
Well, I tweeted him saying do the Ric Flair celebration if you score, but he obviously didn't see it. Don't start elbow dropping your jacket and shit like that. But no, look, it was a Declan Rice. Obviously, it was only going to be him who opened the scoring today after the week with all the criticism and that. But great header, and he's adding that to his game now. And Billy Bonds was sitting up in that stand. I mean, we'll talk about him after, but he was sitting up in that stand looking down, and he's watching him, and he must see a lot of himself in Declan Rice, the way he plays. And
I just see a lot of I know this is going to come back and bite me in the arse one day, but I see a lot of love for the club in him, Declan Rice.
Yeah, and it's not that. Even his interview after the Fulham game with Gary Neville and I forgot the lady's name. He thanked him and said like, "Oh, lovely to meet you" and things like that. And he's a very down to earth person. And as long as he don't lose that from his game, which I don't think he will. No. I think he's grounded. But a big money move to City might make that. But I don't. Do you know what? I can't see it happening unless the club accept a bid. I can't see Declan Rice wanting to leave West Ham at the moment.
I'm with you. He comes across as a grounded youngster. A guy who appreciates he's playing professional football. It's not all about the money. He's there because he loves football.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I don't think a big move would suit him. I think staying at a club like ours will progress him.
He's just turned 20.
Down the line.
He's just turned 20. If he sees out his contract with us, he's only 25. So he's still got another. He'll be in the peak of his career then. But look, it was a great header.
You just said it right. You just said what a reason why he might look at a move. He's a football boy.
Yeah.
And when you go and play teams like Man City and you don't get nowhere near them, and you see the way they play, and you see the way.
Is he going to get in front of the likes? So say the move to City. Is he going to get in front of the likes of Fernandinho?
Of course he ain't.
Fernandinho's 34.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's still he's a. When you're looking at playing Champions League football,
anyway.
it's like you want the experienced type of player.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
look,
I just think
hell, man.
Again, our benefit is
Declan Rice is our player. Let's appreciate him. Let's not talk about him going anywhere.
And he's English, he's mate. I tell you, that holding role for England is. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, he's got to earn it, Scott. He ain't just going to get called up.
He hasn't got to do much more to earn it. He's consistently.
Well, yeah, it's because he ain't played in national football for England yet. It's a whole different setup.
Of course, it's a whole different setup. But the performances he's putting in at club level are worthy.
Yeah, but how many players play well at their club and then go on to play shit for England?
Listen, if you're picking the likes of Eric Dyer over the top of Declan Rice, you need your head reading. Performance-wise, Rice has performed week in, week out for us.
Oh, I agree, but he's still got to earn his place.
But, for me, he's earned his place. He's earned his place in the next England squad. For me.
Oh, I think he'll be in the next England squad. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. When do they announce that? Next couple of days, isn't it? Yeah, next couple of days. So we'll see if he's earned a place. Scored there. To be honest with you, in terms of game, did we ever look uncomfortable? I don't think we ever did.
No, we looked comfortable. Rondon didn't have a sniff, especially in the first half.
He had a couple down to Ogbonna only.
Ogbonna and Diop.
I didn't even realise Rondon was playing.
Yeah, even their other boy up front, I can't think of his name now, the South American bloke.
Almiron.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Even him, I was a bit worried about him today because I've seen him, highlights of him, and he's pacey. And he's a bit like a young Hernandez.
Yeah.
If you want to compare him to someone. And but no, we dealt with them perfect. Fredericks at the back was comfortable. Creswell was comfortable. I know he got injured, but he had to come off, but he looked comfortable. And Diop and Ogbonna. I mean, I tell you what, Balbuena's going to struggle to get back in at the moment.
The thing is, how many times in previous seasons has Rondon caused us problems?
Yeah.
As I said, today I didn't even realise
They've probably worked on it. They've probably worked on it all week.
I think we're just looking. I think obviously when Balbuena got injured, it knocked us a little bit defensively because you got to form another partnership there. But I think since they formed it, I think we've looked rock solid. And they've got to say a big mention to Ryan Fredericks as well, that's come in again today.
Taking his chance.
Yeah, and
he's taking his chance.
People were saying that he fluffed his lines once.
He looks a completely different player now than what we signed at the start of the season. If you get what I mean.
No, because he's got someone to learn.
We've got to remember he's a championship player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So
I think he's progressed massively since he picked up that injury. It seems to have where some players go backwards when they pick up an injury. He seemed to have stepped forwards.
Yeah,
we've
he's taking his chance, and he knows that Zabaleta is obviously first choice, but. Look, Zabaleta now, he's got to work hard, and this is good because when you look at our bench, I mean, it's strong. It's a strong bench, and every player now, even Mark Noble today, I thought Mark Noble was outstanding. Couple of off passes and holding on to the ball a bit too long.
Silly booking that he picked up as well, I thought.
Him and Rice today were unbelievable, and the little flicks that everyone was doing, Anderson, Lanzini, they all knew where each other was. Yep. The little pockets. It's like Lanzini, it's like he's got wing mirrors on, and he just knows who's behind him, and he's just turned. He's gone.
Control is frightening.
Lanzini's performance today, you would think that he's played the whole season.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think he's been missing for the length of the season.
But I think he's that type of player, though. He's one of them players that sort of naturally fit back in. He did when he injured himself last time.
Good players,
full of energy.
Good players can just pick up.
Yeah,
where
full
they
of
left
energy.
off.
He reminds me a little bit of David Silva, like a young David Silva, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the way he plays
I see what you're saying
and
with
close
comparison.
control and always looking for that little pocket of space. And as I said before, mate, it's like a brand new signing. Brian said it a couple of weeks ago, £50 million signing coming into the squad, and just at the right
60
time.
after today.
Yeah, well.
No, he is. He's just a breath of fresh air, and you just see the confidence from everyone.
Everyone
knows, like Declan Rice now and Noble get that ball, and they know that they can just give it to him, and he's going to create something.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been lacking. And we were saying it like behind the fan cams. We were saying that you got a Yarmolenko to come back. You got a Jack Wilshere when he's fit. These players are going to struggle to get back in. But what a headache!
As I said, you've got all being well in the summer and people stay. You're looking at you've got Arnautovic, Yarmolenko, Anderson, Lanzini, and then you've got Wilshere and Nasri to come into that attacking lineup. That's.
And some of these players won't even make the match day squad.
No.
There's not enough room for the players. Now Carroll was missing today.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a good problem to have. That's what we've been craving for all season.
Well, it's like the penalty when Hernandez, the ball from I think it was Anderson.
Yeah, laid him in.
Yeah, Hernandez just took it round him. He knew he was waiting for it. You could see what he was waiting
It's
for.
one of two things. He knew he was either going to get a shot away or he was getting took out.
Yeah, he knew.
And Geezer took him out.
And
He'd gone round him already.
Yep.
I mean, you'd put your mortgage on Noble scoring a penalty, wouldn't you? Boy, don't miss often.
Did you get a little bit nervous though when he ran out to take the first one and then?
The missus said it to me. She went, "Oh, that's it now. He's gonna." I said, "No, he don't miss.
He don't miss.
He put it top corner. Happy days.
It was a good penalty as well.
Great penalty. Great penalty.
But for me, from the first goal, as soon as that first goal went in, I thought we controlled the game all the way through. Look, you're not going to control 90 minutes. The opposition's going to have spells, they're going to have chances. But I just thought everything they threw at us, we dealt with well. Towards the end of the first half, the tackle I think was from Diop.
The match. That was just about to say that. That was the match-winning tackle. Yeah, that goes in 2-1. It's different second half.
Same as Fredericks against Fulham, wasn't it? That one.
That was a great tackle. Great tackle.
It bodes well though. It bodes so well. I don't know. I just feel more confident. Lanzini's just changed it whole completely.
You turn up, didn't you? Like I turn up here and do you know what? I'm glad we've done the double over this mob this season because last year they done it to us. And we played poor in both games against them. This season we've done them 3-0 there. We've done them 2-0 out.
Both times we beat them as well.
Yeah,
they've been on a good run.
Yeah, another clean sheet for Fabianski, he was.
That was a good save in the second half
end,
as well, late on as well.
Did he hit the post? Yeah, I thought he hit the post.
No,
he
he
tapped
tipped
it onto the post.
it onto the post. And that's the thing, with that save changes the game from an nail biting last 10 minutes to sort of a.
That's the thing as well. I mean, how much confidence do you get when you got Fabianski in goal?
Yeah.
You know, even when he done that little dummy and took it round. If that was Adrian, you know.
But that's the difference, right? That is something Adrian would do, and we'd all be like art in mouth type thing.
He'd have slipped over 4 times.
Yeah, super fab. You know what I mean?
Slipped over 4 times, give away a penalty, got sent off.
No, it was a great. They didn't have many chances in the second half, did they? Nor did we really. Snoddy had
I think we created chances.
Yeah, we created chances.
I don't think we was pushing ourselves as hard as we could. I think we was in sort of third gear, say, and I think we was cruising. If they'd have notched one, I think we would have.
Oh yeah. If they would have nicked one, then we'd have had to step.
Yeah, I said to you, in fact, like when we filmed the fan games, I thought if they scored, we'd just go on and score another.
The thing is, that's probably why he brought Obiang on, just to shore it up a bit. You know,
especially Noble being on the booking.
Because we don't want to lose Noble for the Cardiff game next week. Because the thing is, you look at our next 3 fixtures. We've got Cardiff away, Huddersfield at home, and then Everton at home. You know, that's potential. I know there's an international break between the Huddersfield and Everton game, but there's potential there. They're all winning games,
and
winnable games.
They're good games to be going into the fixtures that we've then got after that.
Yeah, but
you know,
they're the sort of games we pick points up from, like Chelsea away, United away, Tottenham away.
Chelsea away isn't a game where you should fear going.
Chelsea shouldn't fear going anywhere. I mean, we didn't fear at City the other night.
But
I know they battered us in possession, but
they're going to do that. You know, they are that good. But you can't go to Chelsea now as completely different as it was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, you expect to go to Chelsea and get a result instead of expecting.
Well,
to go to
no,
Chelsea
I wouldn't say that.
They're
still up there, mate. They were
still like 20 odd points.
They've just beaten Tottenham.
Yeah, but they're not great.
No, they're beatable. I'm not saying they're not a beatable team, but I wouldn't say you go there and expect a win.
You're not going there thinking, hang on a minute, they've got this player, this player, this player, this player. You know, you go there, if Hazard plays well, you're in trouble. If he doesn't play well, you're going to get something out of the game.
But it's such a, I don't know, it's a different sort of kettle of fish with Chelsea. I think they're just a couple of levels above us. I think they're
more than a couple above us.
I'm not saying.
But listen, they're top tier.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not.
Listen.
You have to respect Chelsea. You do have to. They are a good team. Like, I know they've had a couple of dodgy results and all that.
I don't know, but I disagree.
It's telling me they're going to go there and get a result. Right?
Well, we might do.
Yeah,
either way, we're going to get a result. It's going to be a win, lose or draw. So there you go.
But no,
there's your result.
They are a top tier side, but they're not a tip tier side. Where look, we rock up to City and you expect to get mauled. And we put a decent shift in, lost 1-0. Unfortunately, it's a very soft penalty. But going to Chelsea, I don't expect a mauled.
Right, well, we've got a lot of games before we get to Chelsea.
You
can talk about that on your Chelsea preview, Scott.
I'm just saying.
You might be a bit
if it
different.
turns up.
Yeah. But look, it was a great win today. But the day was all about Billy Bonds today.
Of course it was.
You know, it was unbelievable. To see Billy Bonds get emotional was you think of him as a right hard man, don't you? But that was overwhelming. It was a great day.
And do you know what? That's the most full that ground's been leading up to kick-off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's good.
It had to be.
Everyone turned up.
Show your respects to a legend. It's about time the club recognised him a bit more.
Massively.
He's got a stand now. That's there forever.
Yeah.
He's there with Trevor Brooking and Bobby Moore. You know.
Graham always says, like, everyone says that Bobby Moore is Mr. West Ham. For Graham,
for me as well, Billy Bonds.
Yeah,
for me,
he's always said that. And you're not going to see a player play that amount of games for a club in modern day football.
Of course.
You
look at Mark Noble. Mark Noble's only on about 400 games.
What's Billy Bonds got? 800?
799.
799.
And the thing is with Billy Bonds, like, he was just unbelievable. I mean, I never got to see him play, but I sort of remember him as a manager for West Ham. But you've only got to look back on old footage of him and talk to his old teammates. Like when I interviewed Frank Lampard Senior, all he could talk about was Billy Bonds. Trevor Brooking said Billy Bonds would trust him with his life. That's a captain. They probably still call him skipper. You know, 2 FA Cups. We've only won 3 in our history, and he's lifted 2 of them.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He is an unbelievable man, unbelievable player. We've met him before.
Yeah.
We met him at a night with Isla
Charity
Caton.
night.
Yeah, charity night for Isla Caton. And he's very humble. That's what. He's shy.
That's why it's taken him a long time to get something.
Yeah,
like that, 'cause
he
didn't
wouldn't
want
agree to it.
He
Yeah,
didn't
he
want
wouldn't
it.
agree to it. He's very humble. He plays down his achievements. You know what I mean? He's up there with the highest achievers at West Ham, and he talks about it like it's, you know, it weren't me.
But that's like you said.
He just plays down his.
If anyone deserves
His
something,
legacy.
if everyone deserves an accolade like that, it's him.
Yeah.
Like you said, two FA Cups. You know, in our history, that is the biggest achievement you can get.
And I think like when we lost that semi-final to Nottingham Forest when he was in charge, and he was saying like I see it on the screen, still hold the record for the longest ever chant for Billy Bond's Claret Blue Army, 45 minutes non-stop, and we was 4-0 down. And that's crazy, isn't it? And that's, he's respected everywhere, and he should be given he should be allowed to do what he wants at that club. He should turn up when he wants. I mean, 'cause we've heard stories before where he's had to get tickets, and people like that don't
Shouldn't have to.
That's the only thing I'll give this regime credit for is that they're the only ones that have actually appreciated what he's done for the
Oh
club.
yeah, look, if Bobby Moore was still alive, Bobby Moore would be an ambassador for West Ham. You know, just like Charlton is for United.
Yeah.
They, of course they would.
Yeah.
You know, and
They have embraced the legends a little bit more than the last regime,
massive.
and I
Yeah,
don't.
exactly.
I still can't, for the life of me, understand why the other regime wouldn't embrace them. You know what I mean?
because I don't know.
I don't understand it. I don't. Kearns or the Browns, whatever.
The thing
I
is,
don't understand it.
Bobby
Well, the Browns sort of
level
did because
of the World
Brown did because he the Bobby Moore stand, didn't they? And things like that. But even the Icelandics when they were here, fucking Magnum, whatever his name was, Magnuson.
Yeah.
Like they was just there for their money. That's why I know the owners get a lot of stick, but it's things like that that sort of.
Well, no one's given them more stick over me over the years. Talking about international football, we was talking about earlier. Lanzini's in the Argentina squad. Should he be in the Argentina squad?
No, it's a mistake. I don't know
not
why.
played enough games.
He's just only come back. Why? Unless they're taking him there just to get training and be back with the squad. Probably won't get a lot of time. But yeah, it's a massive mistake. But Felipe Anderson getting called up to the Brazil squad, it's like a repeat of Pint, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is,
see it coming.
With Lanzini, they had him in the squad. He picked up the injury before the World Cup. They see him as a player that they're going to play. So I get taking him along to be in the camp and all that.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Maybe it's just
performance-wise, no.
a sort of token call up for him to say, look, you're still in our plans.
Yeah.
'Cause if you get injured leading up to the World Cup,
You watch. I don't know who they're playing, but the starting lineup comes out and Lanzini's playing. I'm like, fuck's sake. But no, I'm glad with Anderson though because I think his performances this year. This season so far, he deserves a call up. But
The thing is,
I don't really know if Brazil got playing him anymore. If I'm honest, if I'm totally
I bet one of
honest,
them ends with Eno.
yeah, but most of them end with Eno. But I don't really know who they've got nowadays. I'm not.
Yeah, they're not the Brazil of old, are
thing
they?
is, I think
in the Brazil of old, I wouldn't be able to name every single player that was in the squad.
I think as well, Anderson and Lanzini playing for Brazil and Argentina, being in that squad, it'll benefit us. You know what I mean? They'll take confidence
Didn't
from it.
benefit us
Playing
before
with
the World
better
Cup.
players. Well, no, exactly. But I'm saying it'll benefit
No, I know what
us.
you mean.
You know what I mean?
It'd be nice for him to just be back round his mates.
Yeah.
Probably ain't seen a lot
Exactly.
for a long time.
He's quite close with Messi as well.
Yeah, maybe he can have a little word with Messi and say, look, fancy next season, look, come over.
Why not?
Give them Perez and we'll take Messi.
We'll take Messi, yeah. Be the missing piece of our puzzle.
But not Messi.
Yeah, not
gonna
like
keep
Messi.
Messi.
I think Snodgrass might keep him out of the team, though, to be fair.
Going back to the game, that chance, Anatovic laid it back to Lanzini, and he missed out.
Just pull the trigger.
Missed out Snodgrass.
Yeah.
Snodgrass was open.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. But the one thing I've got to say before we end up wrapping up here because it is coming to the end of the time. The Isla Caton news, which came
that's
out
the
yesterday.
best result of the weekend.
Yeah, it's been
Isla Caton 1, Cancer 0.
It's been an absolute. It's been a brilliant weekend,
Well,
isn't it? Really.
when I got the news yesterday, I messaged you straight away. Honestly, mate, I fucking welled up. It's just unbelievable because obviously, I know some of the family, and I spoke to one of Isla's cousins straight after, and it's just unbelievable.
Well, see, you messaged me that, and then my missus got a message from one of her former work colleagues who's got a daughter that had not the same thing, but also had cancer, and she was in the Marines. So that was sort of a double thing for me. It's just like fantastic. It's so nice to hear such good news.
It's unbelievable, and obviously we've got the charity game coming up in May, and like now we can sort of still treat this as like a celebration. Yeah, because you know she's a little fighter, and you know what, she probably ain't got a clue what's going on in her life, but like her mum, her dad, the whole family, you know what I mean, they're just I can't there's no, like, you could win 200 million on the Euro Millions, and you won't get that feeling of getting that news from the doctor yesterday. You can't get that.
She's brought
what?
13%. Okay.
All right.
She's brought.
We're nearly finished.
She's brought people together. Do you know what I mean? We've had the rivalry between West Ham and Millwall, and it's brought fans together to like one thing. It's brought it together, and it's, you know, it's fantastic news.
Look, I've always had a lot of hatred for Millwall. It's just bred into you as a West Ham fan. Hate Millwall, hate Millwall. After this sort of the way that, you know, the fans have come together and all that sort of, I've got a newfound respect for a lot of their fans. Not all of them.
Well, there's going to be a couple of Millwall fans playing in the charity game, so hopefully you'll get some Millwall fans come over, because the whole thing is about cancer has no colours and things like that. So, you know, I've got mates coming who are Arsenal fans, I've got Tottenham fans coming over. It's going to be a great day, and like, you don't miss out.
No, exactly.
Yeah, great fundraising efforts from everybody as well. But that it's words can't describe it.
That's what I'm saying. There's no other news you could get than you know, because I can't imagine what, as a parent myself, I can't imagine what that feels like to when your kid's sick and she's kicked cancer's ass. Fuck cancer.
Fuck you, cancer.
Exactly.
See you later.
Exactly.
Right, we'll leave it there then, boys.
Yeah.
Happy days. Thank you very much for watching this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Go follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I'm running Instagram now, Scott.
Sorry.
Yeah, giving Dan all the credit.
At West Ham Fan TV on all of those, and you can catch us all of that. We're at the Cart and Horses. We're always at the Cart and Horses.
Iron Maiden have joined us tonight.
Post-Match Pint. I've got a live band
Jimmy
tonight,
Bullard.
so if you come here.
Jimmy Bullard.
If you want to come here after the game, obviously you can
I when Nick Tucker had hair like that.
You can come here and they've got live bands and stuff. It's a fantastic pub.
Got a live band on tonight.
Live band on tonight, yeah. If you can hear it, that's what it is. But
Scott's up next. He's doing Westlife Tribute.
As again, thank you very much for joining us. One thing left to say, boys.
Come on, you
irons.
irons.